Hello everyone, this is Jian Huang and
Hyunji.
we are going to make a presentation about our capstone design project, web game development to improve cognitive abilities for children with developmental delays. Here is the table of contents which we will follow. Motivation, concepts, implementation, expected impacts, and references. Then let's start the first part, motivation. At the start of the project, we first looked into the problems that exist in our society. Then we faced these surveys. The survey shows the effects of COVID-19 on the daily lives of people with developmental delays and their families. The figure shows the lifestyle pattern that has changed before and after COVID-19. And we could see the biggest difference in external activities and energy emission with controls. Therefore, the most urgent support for these families is education service. Based on these surveys, we could see the necessity of a program to support the children with developmental delays. After defining the problem, we found the existing program. Improving cognitive abilities. The Brain, released in 2018, was a paid game to improve children's cognitions, but it cost about 49,000 won per month with dedicated tablet of 300,000 won extra. It might be quite expensive for the families to afford. Before designing the project, we asked for advice from experts to make the program more effective. We contacted KADD, Korean Association for Developmental Disabilities. These are 3 points we got from the answer. First, repeated learning helps improve cognitive skills. Second, video self-modeling will work for most of the children. Video self-modeling means if children could see their motion on the video, it helps learning better. Finally, since we are targeting kids, it needs to be programmed to draw attention. Now, let's move to concepts and scenario. Sims is a game to find a shown object. Based on the theories covered, we designed the game to find a required object on the page as shown. Here is the detail of the game system. First, user shows the object by webcam. Then the object is detected, transferred to Flask. Based on the information, users can get the result page. So, the overall diagram looks like this.
Then let's see how we implemented Sims. I guess it is easier to understand if we watch the demo video first. Yes, and that's all about Sims. Here's a brief description of our work development environment. We could find on GitHub that we use all the programming languages equally, which includes CSS, HTML, Python, JavaScript, and SCSS. There were some moving features on waiting screens not to lose attention. Transform and animation functions of SCSS were used to create the moving boat, dogs, and so on. In game screen, we tried to put dynamic elements for the title and set the reactive buttons using CSS and SCSS. The next is video object detection. We used YOLO model, which is an abbreviation of You Only Look Once, one of the fastest and the most famous object detection model. For the speed, we use YOLO Tiny. To get the pre-trained model, we choose ReadNet functions of OpenCV so that it is compatible with both version 3 and version 4. Objects in Sims are selected from the list of pre-trained objects in YOLO, which should be easily found around us. We focus on design in order to get a full attention from children to maximize the effect. We requested the feedbacks from experts of startup and design major students. Basic references were from the games and media for kids such as Ping Pong, famous with its baby sharks, and those feedbacks were implemented by drawing and fetching reactive resources to the web. This fall, the final design and the implementation came out. On the process, web distribution was also conducted. We cloned out our GitHub repository to EC2 instance of AWS so that accessing through public IP is possible and easily editable. Now, let's cover the significances and effects of Sims. On the screen, there are various examples of gamification of treatment and education. In modern society, games are not only used for pleasure, but also for mental and physical stability and treatment. However, it is not well utilized in special education and cognitive development. We hope Sims to be the cornerstone of that, promoting gamification of special education. Sims aims to improve by testing with real users and families with JIJI. Unfortunately, this phase is delayed due to COVID-19, but it will resume soon. On next year, we look forward to registering it as a commercialized version. Then what can Sims help? Sims is free and doesn't require any special sensors or devices. It can help reducing the stress and depression not only from the children, but also of a family. Sims could be an alternative to face-to-face special education. By doing this, welfare center may no longer be necessary even in the similar situation of COVID-19. On the other hand, diversifying games might be possible using AR, VR, as well as specializing to the type and degree of the disability. We're almost done with the presentation, and there are references and people who we got help from. And I guess everyone read it already. So this is the end of our presentation and Sims. Thank you very much for listening, and we're all open for the questions. Thank you.